Okay, people, we have a pretty stacked weekend, so I'm going to bring you along. Vlog number 2. The last one was pretty well received, actually. So we have a Hyrox simulation to do right now, hence the get-up. Running pretty late, as always, but so I've got to get going. However, Hyrox simulation this morning. I'm going to spend the rest of the day recovering, eating, all that sort of stuff. I'll show you all that. And from there, tomorrow morning, we've got the Austin Half Marathon on some heavy legs. Apparently it's a fucking hilly course, so we're going to see how we get on. I'll, again, be super transparent about everything I do, whether I do well or whether I do badly. I'll be transparent about it. So, you know as well as I do how I get on. So, let's see how it unfolds. Okay, so on the way to the gym, it's about a 10-minute drive. We have electrolytes, creatine, beta-alanine from Combat Fuel in here. I literally set off, as in compete, in about an hour. So I need to sync this so it's in my system and not going to hold me back. I typically struggle a lot with cramp on these sort of races, so I need to make sure this is in. Right, hands up. Who's the vlogger in the world? Me. Didn't get any footage of that. I'll try and steal some from other people, but effectively 6 800-metre runs, 6 stations in between. Had ski erg, sled push, burpees, lunges, rowing and wall ball. Got through in like third to last place. But the heat was fast, so happy with that. And just a little run out, see where we're at. Definitely still need some work on the running and on the sleds, but that was no surprise. Currently now just where there, recovering a little bit. So a bit of compression. No idea whether this actually does anything or whether it's a gimmick, but it makes you feel decent, so legs definitely need it for tomorrow. Okay, so back at the gaff. Gonna have a little bit of a concoction. It's a regular thing for me. You probably think it's weird. Tuna, sriracha mayo, rice and cheese. I have it probably fucking 4 times a week. Far too much tuna. I do know that, but it's very simple. It takes me 10 minutes. Good amount of protein, good carbs, all that good stuff. So you can have that, shower, and then I've got to go put my number up for the marathon tomorrow. So, I mean, you know, not the most glamorous of events, but we've got a frying pan to eat out of because there's no big enough bowls. Okay, that's where we're at in life. The only bowls we've got are small. I need a big feed, so frying pan it is, peeps. I'll be honest, team. When you're on your own in a new place, there's not a fat lot to do. Kind of day to day, obviously between work and training a couple times a day, touching base with a few people I kind of know here. That keeps me fairly busy, but in between times, and because the time difference with the UK is 6 hours, we're 6 hours behind. So kind of this time in the day, sort of 3-4 p.m, everyone's winding down and going to bed in the UK. So there's no one to talk to from that side of life. There's no clients or whatever to catch up with. So things are pretty quiet. It's not the worst thing in the world. I'm pretty kind of happy with that because I'm usually pulled from pillar to post, kind of pretty busy, but it certainly takes some getting used to because I'm used to being super stimulated all the time. Whereas here, because again, that time difference and I don't know as many people, it's about getting used to having a bit more downtime, which again is nice, but also trying to like find other things to do and try and connect with other people and that sort of thing. So it's a learning process, but it's good fun so far. Like this morning was super fun, loads of people there. People at the gym are super nice, to be honest. Everyone's really welcoming, really social, so that's cool. The Hyrox thing was rough, to be honest. The heat I was in was fucking very fast. Set off at 5:15 per mile pace. Ridiculous. But yeah, training's okay. Work's been pretty good this week. Just going to go, like I say, get the number. Then going to get some coffee because I haven't really had enough caffeine today. And then do a little bit of like a weekly review, which is something I do every week. Regardless of where I am, I make sure I carve out time to review what went well, what didn't go so well, both business, personal, relationship-wise, all that kind of stuff over the past 7 days. So we'll go and hit that at the coffee shop, and then from there, I've got to go find a sauna and ice bath combo to prep the legs for tomorrow. Okay, the sun has graced us with its presence finally. So off to get the number and everything else, and then sit in the sun somewhere, because I'm English. Okay, team, number secured. Didn't do any filming in there because it was busy as fuck, but the US Marines had a pull-up challenge. Obviously, your boy jumped on that. They said the max for the day was 35. Now 35 strict pull-ups is a fucking hefty do. I went on and hit 28, so not a million miles away, but the motherfucker no-rep me twice. So 30 basically, and there was no, my chin was above the bar. He was being racist. Pretty cool little expo in there. There's loads of shit going on. Bear Performance Nutrition, so Nick Bear's company have a big fucking stand, they've built a little shed thing. I didn't stand in the queue because it was long as fuck, but pretty cool in there. Nothing really left to do from a training perspective today. Just chill out, make sure I'm good to go for tomorrow. What I do need to do though is get a coffee, because caffeine curfew is fast approaching. Another thing I've discovered today, team, Austin, Texas is full of absolute animals. There's a shit ton of people doing the marathon and the half, speaking to people about their projected finish time or their target time. Rapid. This morning, I got dusted by a shitload of American geezers in the Hyrox simulation. Animals everywhere. Even that guy doing 35 pull-ups, I didn't see it, but apparently doing 35 strict pull-ups. 35 strict pull-ups is a elite amount. Like that's way up there. And these guys are just everywhere in Austin, Texas. So yeah, just a bit of a humbling environment. This is also the first real day that I'm out and about when it's sunny. So last Saturday it was sunny, but really I was just doing admin and getting myself set up. So it's kind of cool to see the city as it is when the sun's out. Last year when we were here in January, there was no real sun, no real like heat. When there's summer vibes in Austin, it's real cool. Everyone's out and about, fucking at the park, at Barton Springs, having ice cream, whatever. It's a real bustling vibe. I like it. So that's the vibe. Behind me is the cafe. Pretty cool when it's nice weather. Weirdest thing is, it's fucking right next to a main road. There's highways everywhere in Texas, so you're always literally a side step off, which is very strange. It's not the most relaxing work environment, but noise cancelling headphones, you don't even notice it. So it's mid-afternoon here, we're still on Saturday. I've just finished all my client work for the day, so reaching out to everyone on WhatsApp, make sure clients are good to go, making sure everyone's happy for next week. There's a couple of guys dealing with injuries and that kind of thing, so making sure their programs are adapted adequately for the next week, and just onboarding some new guys as well. We took on a good few athletes last week, so just again making sure they're super happy, super clear on what they've got to do. The number one thing I think anyway of getting a coach is that clarity of what you're doing day to day and when you're doing it, and kind of and the reason as to why you're doing it as well. So that's what I've been doing today. If you do want to get involved, if you are interested in getting some coaching for whatever the goal may be, joining the military, I'd imagine most of you are in that camp or going towards a race or whatever it is. The link will be in the bio, just apply and I'll get in touch. Okay, work done. I'm gonna go find a sauna and ice bath, because the gym that I'm a member at, which I'm paying over the odds for by the way, the sauna's broken, so I'm not very happy with that. But we adapt, we overcome. We pay $25 for a fucking day pass. Come on. Worth noting is that I've no idea what the parking laws are in Texas. I've just parked in a random place No tickets. I'm good. I think they're pretty relaxed on it, supposedly. But let's hope, because otherwise I'll be incurring a lot of AMPR fines in this next 2 months. Something that has come to my attention with athletes we on board, so people who haven't had coaching basically, so probably something you might be wondering about, is when they get the program, they always ask, is it okay to move things around, basically, to not do Monday session on Monday, not do Tuesday session on Tuesday? And the answer to that is absolutely, it's cool. Like, there's no dramas in pushing things around and making it work for your schedule. People seem to get really overwhelmed and overcook the importance of doing things on specific days. Obviously, in an ideal world, we would do that, but if it just means you can stick to the program by shifting things and moving things around, then that's absolutely fine. Okay, so we're at Squatch. You can see it just about there. A bit more sort of spit and sawdust than my other gym, but I like the vibe. I'll show you around as I go through. But I've got to go and find out whether their sauna situation is up and running, because last week it wasn't. Okay, can't film in the sauna for obvious reasons. Well, 15 minutes in the sauna, 3 minutes in the ice. Well, let's go. Just got back, opened up the race pack. This is the race t-shirt. Check the fit on that bad boy. Race t-shirts are normally real shit. I'm a big fan of that. I'll actually do fizz in that. So, about to chow down. I'm going to put you on because this is genuinely what I have pretty much every night. Yes, it's still in the frying pan. I don't want to hear it. Okay. We have about 300 grams of mince meat in there with some taco seasoning and some rice. Super simple. Make sure you put the rice in the pan so it soaks up all the juices. Okay, it's not just boring. We're going to get wraps on the go. We're going to put some cheese on the wraps. We're going to put the filling in the wraps, basically a burrito, and then put some sriracha mayo, which I haven't got. I've forgotten it. Right. This is the key ingredient, guys, to be honest, because it tastes like ass without this. So, sriracha mayo in the bag as well. 3 or 4 of these will probably be enough to consume all of the filling. It's about 1,300 calories. It's about 85 grams of protein. It's bombers. Give it a go. Okay. Good morning. It is 5:25 in the AM. We have breakfast, which is a bagel with some dry banana. We don't ignore how horrible that looks, but just as horrendous. Peanut butter, banana, honey. We have the secret sauce, White Monster, and obviously supplements in terms of electrolytes, etc. 5:25, I'm going to get this down me. I hate eating before races, but you've got to do it. Otherwise you'll die, really, won't you? Everything else is pretty much good to go. We've got to get to the start line for about 20 to 7, so got a little bit of time, but I didn't want to be rushed this morning, so nice early start. We're on the way. I've just been sat in the car for 5 minutes warming up because it is fucking freezing. I've chosen a vest to run in, which I feel like...
500 feet, turn right onto Mancheco Road.
I feel like may not have been smart. So, this should be interesting.
Now turn right onto Mancheco Road.
Yeah, it's cold, for sure. Also, I've had a load of caffeine and I feel pretty good. I don't feel too bad. Body feels alright. I feel like what always happens when I'm a bit fatigued and when I run a little bit harder is my lower back starts to tighten up or whatever else, so that'll probably happen, but fuck it. That's normal, and I'm just going to enjoy the vibes anyway. I don't really care how I do on this because it's not the half marathon that I'm thinking about kind of PBing at. So just to see how I get on. I won't take my camera with me because it's too much to carry. So I'm going to film on my phone from point of leaving the car.
$20,000 prize purse. We got our marathoners getting those right here, ladies and gentlemen. 26.2 miles. Marco Ferrera, Angelina Sweat, Javier Ortega Estrada, Eric.
Job done. Finished about 20 minutes ago. Just got the car, moved it slightly closer. I'm gonna go back and cheer some people on because the vibes were incredible. Mega event, to be fair, probably one of the best marathons, half marathons I've done. London's definitely up there still because it was a full mara, but that as an event was very good, very well run, and the medal doubles as a belt buckle, so you can't ask for more than that. Okay, official debrief still to come, but I was just queuing for a taco then. Some homeless guy comes over, asked me for some cash. Don't have any cash on me, obviously, I've just been running. So sorry mate, don't have any money on me, whatever. And he went, alright, can I have some food then? I went, oh, fair enough. He's called me on my initial objection there. So I said, yeah, sure, I'll buy you a taco. Bought him a taco. Nice little steak taco, $7. Bear in mind, steak taco, right? Slid it over to him. Rather than saying thank you, your man's gone, can I have some nachos with that? Fucking the neck on these blokes. No, was my answer. I've just fucking bought you I'm all for being generous, right? I'm all for being charitable, but that's taking the piss. Been a successful morning, other than got back to my my car, which had parked at IHOP. I thought I'd get away with it.
Interstate 35 South ramp on the left.
I did not get away with it. I came back to my car to a clamp, which is fantastic. $100 to remove that. It's an expensive parking ticket, which is what it is. I've discovered in America, certainly as it relates to driving, you can do basically whatever you want if you're rich. Now I'm not rich by any stretch of the imagination, but if like money wasn't an object, speeding, you can just pay the fine, there's no points that accrue. And parking, you just park wherever you want and then pay the thing. Like, it really wouldn't matter if money was no object, if you could just do what you want. Unfortunately, that's not the position I'm in, so that's a bit of a hefty chunk, I'm afraid. Okay, we are back. Initial thoughts, pretty happy with the race. We'll do a bit of a debrief in terms of how things felt. So, started very, very slow. Took me ages to get into it. And not an excuse, but I did have to park a mile away and literally sprint to get to my wave time. I literally hopped the fence to get into my corral. So I ran like a 7-minute mile beforehand and then had to start. So not ideal, but you can't really do much about that. Everything was just super busy getting into town. Starting pace was around 4:45-ish. Everything was climbing in terms of elevation at that point. So 4:40, 4:45 felt actually pretty tough at that point. And then the elevation really started to drop off, which was helpful. So held 4:30s for the rest of the time, and then finished a little bit quicker than that really, with sort of 4:30 to 4:25. Last K was 4:15. So pretty happy. Things felt good. Endurance felt okay, considering I haven't done many miles over the last couple of months. So pretty happy with that. A couple of things that could have obviously gone better. You won't be able to see it. My phone is cracked now because I dropped it the first 500 metres of the race in the massive stampede. So I dropped it, had to stop, turn back, go and grab it, put it in my thing. So that lost me a couple of seconds. Just not knowing the course, obviously again you can't do much about that, but not knowing when the hills are going to be and all this sort of stuff means you can't really push when you should put, like, you had sort of 3 miles to go. If you knew it's all going to be flat and downhill or whatever, you can start to push, but I didn't know that, and so I had to hold back a bit. So I finished not actually hanging out really, which was nice, but obviously that's not what you want if you're going to PB something. I have set myself a goal this year for sub 1:30 in the half marathon. So that means taking 6 minutes off. And obviously, you know, I haven't done any specific training for that 1:36 just then. So I think that's doable. I think it'll be rough, to be honest, but I think it's doable. I just need to dial running in completely at that point. But that can come after Hyrox Houston. But that's it, guys. All that's left to do today is catch up on some work. Obviously, I haven't done anything this morning. Refeed and rest. So that's all I'm going to be doing. Obviously, not going to vlog any of that because it's not very exciting. So hopefully you've enjoyed the video. I'm going to do a few more of these, I think, while I'm out here. If there's exciting things going on, I'll make sure to vlog them. But again, hopefully you've enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you are interested in coaching by myself and the team, please hit the link in the description below and sign yourself up, and we'll be in touch. Look forward to hearing from any of you who've got some crazy goals and helping you achieve them. That's what we do. I'll see you next time.